Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Dame and this is Dame Over, the channel where I try not to get game over. Today we're looking at Rocket League and I've put together a list of tips and tricks that should help you out in the arena. Personally, I love this game. I think it's definitely in the top 5 of releases in 2016, owing mostly to the sheer excitement you get from playing rocket-powered remote control car football. It's a brilliant game to play with your mates when you're on a chill, but if you, like me, are a more competitive gamer, then it's got lots of features and game types to keep your boy juices flowing. Wait, so let's get into it. Tip number 1, use the quick chat. Now, this might seem like a stupid thing to say, but it's especially useful if you aren't playing in a party with people you can directly communicate with. One of the worst things to happen is when you're in the middle of an epic charge down the centre to finish the ball and your teammate unknowingly swoops in and misses a shot, giving the opposition a perfect counter-attack, because all three of you are now doing an impression of a turtle in their goal. It's hard enough to keep track of where the opposition is, so make sure you do your best to let your team know where you are. There are various interchangeable quick chat choices in the options menu under the chat heading. It's all very self-explanatory, but pick what works for you. Tip number 2, defend. It's always good in a game like this where the tide of play can be somewhat unpredictable if you have a defensive mind. This ties in nicely with tip number 1 because you need to communicate if the goal is being left open with no one dedicating to defending it. The reasons for this are quite obvious, but one thing that seems to get overlooked is the speed at which the ball can travel from a clearance into your goal. If you don't have someone there to watch for it, then you're 1-0 down from an attack that could have easily been avoided. Tip number 3, do all the flips and wall rides and skids and stuff. There are a variety of ways your car can use its double jump to hit the ball or navigate the arena, so make sure you use all of these wherever you can. This also applies to when you're using your boost to fly. There's a short window after your initial jump and boost where you can still use your double jump. Learn the timing of this and take advantage. Using the handbrake is also very important for those heavily contested retreats or attacks, as it significantly reduces the turning circle of the car and you get back in the fray much quicker, rather than just driving around in a big circle like some idiot. Another important aspect of the game is using the car's ability to ignore gravity on the walls. Driving up the walls is an excellent way to deliver great crosses and give your team that extra penetration round the back, helping you score really hard. It's also useful to get some really impressive and unstoppable shots in. It's a physics-based game, so have a play with it and see what you can do, see where it gets you. Tip number 4, patience. Sometimes this game is more about waiting for the best moment to strike rather than trying to manufacture it. You'll find there are a number of occasions where the balls come loose in the defensive third and you'll be able to score a long shot by chipping over the other team's heads while they've been trying to rush the ball. Similarly, waiting for moments like this to clear or to cross or tackle are just as important, so don't always rush in. Pick your moments carefully and you'll end up taking the other players out of the game with one well placed hit. Which brings me on to the last and I think the most important point. Tip number 5.
Use that boost.
I think the best feature of this game is the ability to make your car fly from one end of the pitch to the other. That being said, you've got to have boost to do it, so make sure you're driving over those boost pads as often as possible. You never know when you'll need to use it. One of my favourite things to do is to use the boost to fly up and save the ball or intercept it while it's in the air. It's a great tactic to disrupt the attacks of the opposition and can easily take the pressure off your team. Also adding to the fact that you're an absolute hero. This tactic can also be used to score goals, as you'll be able to get to the ball first, so get yourself up in the air and practicing those epic aerial goals. These are just a few of the things I found have been helpful to me playing Rocket League effectively. If you've got any ideas for things I might have missed, please stick it in the comments below. If you've had a good time, feel free to hit the like button, and if you've not been here before, hit the subscribe button too. Until next time, that's Dame Over. Peace.